It visible?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yesterday
Yes,
class
ma'am.
we have started with classical encryption technique. Remember? We started with classical encryption technique. Do you remember? What do you mean by classical encryption or the classical encryption? You can also call it as a symmetric, conventional, private key or single key encryption. Why it is called so? Why it is called as a single key encryption, guys? Do you remember? It is symmetric encryption. Yes? Why symmetric encryption is also called as a single key encryption? Remember? Yes? Can anyone tell the answer for this question?
Only single key is used, ma'am.
By whom?
Receiver and sender both.
Yes, receiver and sender both are going to share the common key, or the same key will be used by the both the sender and the receiver. So only the symmetric encryption you are also calling it as a single key encryption, or you can call it as a private key encryption or conventional encryption. Clear? Then we have seen some terms. What do you mean by plain text? Remember some terminologies we have studied. What do you mean by plain text?
Original message, ma'am.
Yes, original message itself is called as a plain text. Good. What do you mean by ciphertext?
Coded message.
Yes, coded message is called as a ciphertext. What do you mean by encryption? What is encryption?
Converting plain text to ciphertext.
Yes, converting plain text into the ciphertext is called as encryption, and reverse of this one, that is converting ciphertext to plain text is called as the converting ciphertext to plain text is called as
Encryption.
encryption is converting plain to cipher text. Right? Now if you are
Description.
converting
Yes, ma'am.
ciphertext to
Description.
plain text is called as decryption.
Description.
Decryption.
Decryption.
Yes, these are the some terminologies we have studied in the yesterday's class. Right? Then along with that we have studied what do you mean by cryptography. Cryptography is nothing but study of the encryption methods or the principles, right, that are used. Then cryptanalysis indicates the techniques which are used to decipher the ciphertext without having any knowledge of the algorithm and the key. That is what called as the cryptanalysis, and study of both, that is cryptanalysis and the cryptography, is called as the cryptology. These are the some basic terminologies we have studied in the yesterday's class, right? Then after that we have started with symmetric cipher model. How exactly symmetric encryption scheme is going to work, what are all the 5 ingredients are there with respect to the symmetric cipher model, right? Yes or no? Plain text is a one ingredient, you can say. Then encryption algorithm, secret key, ciphertext, and the decryption algorithm. These are the what? The 5 ingredients for the any symmetric encryption scheme, right? This is what this just simplified model for your indicating the symmetric encryption, how it is going to happen, right? After that we have seen what are the compulsory requirement, right, to make the symmetric encryption as a secure one. Which are all the 2 requirements are needed? You should use the strong encryption algorithm, and the secret key should be shared between sender and the receiver in a secure fashion. Then only you can say that the symmetric encryption is very secure, right? After that we have represented mathematically the same symmetric encryption, right? How to represent a ciphertext and how we are represented the plain text. Here y is nothing but ciphertext. How we are getting a ciphertext? Applying the encryption algorithm and the secret key on the plain text, you will get the ciphertext. Then how we are getting x is nothing but here plain text, right? How we are getting this one? Decryption and decryption algorithm along with the secret key you are applying on the ciphertext, so that you will get the x is nothing but the plain text here. Clear? These all things yesterday's class we have studied, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Then after that we have started with cryptography. How exactly
Yes,
the
ma'am.
cryptographic systems are going to be characterized by using the three different ways, three dimensions, right? One is the type of encryption operation you are going to use to convert plain text into the ciphertext. Which type of technique, which type of operation you are going to use to convert the plain text into the ciphertext, right? There are two different types of techniques will come into the existence. One is substitution and second one is the transposition. And one more thing, one more operation you can also use, the product operation, right? Then second dimension for characterizing the cryptographic system is nothing but how many number of keys are used to convert the plain text into the ciphertext, right? If you are using a single key that indicates that the symmetric encryption, or if you are using the different keys is used by the sender and the receiver, that time you can call it as a public encryption, or you can call it as asymmetric, or you can call it as a two key encryption, right? Then the third way is the way in which the plain text is processed. That means how we are going to process the plain text to get the ciphertext, whether you are processing it in terms of the blocks or in terms of the letter by letter continuously stream, right? There are two types of what processing will come of the plain text to get it to the ciphertext. One is block cipher. That means you are going to consider the text, you are going to consider it as a in terms of the blocks, yes or no, right? Here the block cipher, it is going to process the input block, right, of elements at a time, and produce, it is going to produce an output block for each input block after processing. Then what do you mean by stream cipher? It is going to process the input elements continuously. It is not going to do in terms of the blocks, instead of it is going to take the elements wise, elements continuously, and producing the output one element at a time as it goes along, right? So this is what how exactly the cryptographic system is categorized or characterized by using the three different kinds of dimension, that what we have seen in the last class. Till this point, any doubts do you have, guys? Any doubts with respect to any point? Or is that clear? Have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts or everything is clear?
No doubt, ma'am.
No doubts? Then we'll start with the next concept.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we move on to the
Yes,
next
ma'am.
point, guys? Okay. Is that PPT is visible? Is it PPT is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. See, next point is about the crypt analysis. Already this term we have defined. What exactly crypt analysis indicates? The techniques what you are going to use to decrypt the ciphertext, right, without having any knowledge of the key or any knowledge of the algorithm. So that is what we are calling it as a crypt analysis. So we can say that the objective of crypt analysis is nothing but to recover the key, not just the message. That means the original message. This is the what main objective of the crypt analysis. Clear? Crypt analysis means these are nothing but the attackers for your encryption system. Clear? Now what is the encryption system we have studying here? The symmetric encryption system we are studying, right? For that symmetric encryption system will be attacked by the crypt analysis. What is the objective of this one? It is nothing but just to recover the key. The objective is to recover the key, not just the message. That means they are in need of the keys. Which keys you have used, right, to encrypt and decrypt the message. Instead of just rather they are not going to depend only on the message to get the message, right? They want to recover the key which you have used for encryption and the decryption. That is the main objective of attacking the encryption system. Clear, guys? right? The objective of attacking any type of encryption system is to recover the key that is used rather than simply recovering the plain text. Message is nothing but it may be in terms of plain text or it may be in terms of the ciphertext. Clear? Right? That is what
Yes, ma'am.
this can be done by using two different approaches. So there are two general approaches are there to attack the conventional encryption system. That is, one is cryptanalytic attack and second one is the brute force attack. Right? By using this attack, what they are doing, they are recovering the key, not just the message. By using these two different types of attacks. Clear? Getting the thing? Cryptanalysis is
Yes,
nothing
ma'am.
but code breaking. That means they want to get the message. But the main objective of attacking the encryption system is nothing but rather than just getting the message, it may be a plain text or the ciphertext, but along with that they want to recover the key also. What do you mean by key? Key is nothing but this is some information that the sender and the recipients are used to encrypt and decrypt the messages. Yes or no? To have a secure communication. So, to attack such encryption system, there are two approaches are there. One is the cryptanalytic attack and second one is the brute force attack. Now we'll see what do you mean by exactly cryptanalytic attack. Right? What is the use of the cryptanalytic attack? As already I told, the cryptanalysis we have defined, or the cryptanalysis is nothing but a cryptanalytic attack. That means what they will do, they will check the algorithms, right? They will check the nature of the algorithms along with the some knowledge of the general characteristics of the plain text or the ciphertext pairs, right? By seeing that one, they want to what? Deduce the key which has been used for encryption and the decryption. This is what the cryptanalytic attackers will do to get the key. They may be having some knowledge with respect to the algorithms, right? The encryption or the decryption algorithms. Along with that, they are going to see the general characteristics of your plain text or the plain text ciphertext pairs. By using that one, they are going to deduce the key which has been used for encryption and the decryption. This is what you can call it as a cryptanalytic attack. I hope it is clear, guys. Hello, getting the thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Having some knowledge of algorithm. Now see, if I say some encryption algorithm name, I will tell. Everyone know that encryption algorithm, how it is going to work. That means you have a knowledge of that algorithm. By using that, using the knowledge of that algorithm, you will try to what? Get the messages, right? Which has been exchanged as a hacker. They will do in the same manner, right? They will have some knowledge, they will get some characteristics of the messages, right? What exactly, with which, what frequency of messages they are, frequency of the messages which is transferring in between the sender and the recipient, right? By seeing the pattern of a messages, they will get some characteristics of the plain text, right? And having the knowledge of the algorithm, what they will do, they will deduce the key. They will recover the key which has been used for or sending the message to the recipient, or for encryption and the decryption which key has been used, that they are going to deduce. Clear? That is what called as the cryptanalytic attack. Then second one is brute force attack, right? Brute force attack means what? Now what they will do, they are going to use all the possible keys, right? That is what called as the brute force attack. The attacker tries every possible keys on a piece of ciphertext until the plain text will be get deduced. Getting the thing? Brute force attack means all the possible keys will be used on that ciphertext to get the plain text. Clear? That is what called as the brute force attack. That means trial and error. Everything you are going to use. Every possible way, every possible keys will be used to get the on a piece of ciphertext to get the plain text. So that the plain text will be obtained. This is what you can call it as a brute force attack. I hope it is clear, both the attacks. Right? Hello guys, is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you listening to the class? Is that clear?
Ma'am,
Yes,
screen is
ma'am.
not
Screen is not
visible.
visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Screen is not visible? Again. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Visible or no? I'll share it once again. Wait.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Wait, I'll share it once again. Now can you see?
No, ma'am.
It is not visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Now visible,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Someone is saying visible. I shared the screen. Now see. Is it visible? Visible?
Now visible,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes.
Visible,
Now
no?
visible, ma'am.
Okay. See what I
Yes,
told.
ma'am.
The mainly the encryption systems are attacked by the different kinds of attackers, like the cryptanalytical attackers or the brute force attackers. Main objective of attacking the encryption system is to get the key which has been used for encryption and the decryption along with the message. Right. So there are two general approaches are used to attack encryption systems are nothing but cryptanalytic attack, and second one is the brute force attack. In cryptanalytic attack, what will happen? They will have some knowledge of the algorithm, right? Along with that, they will check some general characteristics of a plain text and the plain text ciphertext pairs. Yes, depending upon that, they are going to deduce the key which has been used for encryption and the decryption. Then second one is brute force attack. That means here they are going to use all the possible keys, right, on a piece of ciphertext to get the plain text. These are the two kinds of attacks will happen on any type of encryption system to recover the key along with the message. I hope it is clear, guys. I hope it is clear, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, then we'll see now in cryptanalytic attack there are different types of attacks are there again, right? The cryptanalytic attacks are going to we are going to categorize the cryptanalytic attacks into the different way depending upon what type of knowledge that cryptanalysts will have, right? Depending upon the some things or the knowledge known to the crypt analysis, depending upon that we are going to classify the cryptanalytic attacks. Like for example, first one you can see here, ciphertext only. Is it visible my screen, guys? PPT is visible now? Is it visible or no? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Visible, ma'am.
Yes. See,
Visible.
cryptanalytic attacks, these are the different types of cryptanalytic attacks are there. Yes, how we are classifying these cryptanalytic attacks, that depends upon the some knowledge, yes, that is known to the crypt analysis. As already told, crypt analysis means they are going to have a knowledge of the algorithm, or they are having some general characteristics of the plain text or plain text ciphertext pairs. Depending upon that, they are going to deduce or recover the key along with the plain text. So depending upon what type of knowledge the crypt analysts are having, yes, depend upon that we are going to classify the crypt analytics into the different types. Like for example is, first type of attack is ciphertext only, right? This is the type of attack. In this case, what are all the things known to the cryptanalytic attacks means they know the algorithm, the ciphertext, right? So depending upon that, they can identify the plain text. Getting the thing, guys? The first type of attack is cipher text only. That means here what all the things will be known to the cryptanalysts are nothing but they will know the algorithm, that is encryption algorithm which has been used, along with they know the cipher text. Right? They have hacked these two things. Right? If they know the algorithm and the cipher text, that indicates that they can easily identify the plain text. Yes or no? They'll come to know the plain text or no? Yes or no? They have a knowledge of encryption algorithm and the cipher text they have.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. For cipher text, to convert cipher text into the plain text, which algorithm you need? Which algorithm you need to convert cipher text to the plain text? Which algorithms you are in need? Which type of algorithm you will use? Encryption or decryption algorithm? First tell me, converting cipher text to plain text is called as what? What it is called as? Guys, are you getting my
Encryption,
question? Huh? Converting cipher text to the plain text is called as what?
Decryption, ma'am.
Decryption. Right?
Decryption, ma'am.
Decryption, right? So if you are converting, if you know the ciphertext now, right, to get the what plain text, you are going to apply some decryption algorithm over there, right? What is exactly decryption algorithm? If you run the encryption algorithm in reverse, right, in a opposite manner, that is what called as the decryption algorithm. As already I said in the yesterday's class, decryption algorithm is nothing but the encryption algorithm runs in the reverse manner. Correct? Now the cryptanalysis, that attacker is going to have a knowledge of the encryption algorithm and he know the ciphertext. So by using these two things, he can easily identify the plain text or no. He know the encryption algorithm, he will run it in a reverse manner, that will become the decryption. He know the ciphertext, so on that ciphertext he will apply that what, the algorithm, so that he can easily identify the plain text. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Yes or no, guys? Is that attack is clear? First one is crypt analytic attacks. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that clear? First one is
Yes, ma'am.
type of attack is ciphertext
Yes,
only.
ma'am.
In that, the crypt analysis is having a knowledge of the encryption algorithm and the ciphertext. And second type of attack is known plain text. That means he is going to have a knowledge about the plain text and the ciphertext. Right? He is going to have a knowledge of the plain text and the ciphertext, and one or more plain text and the ciphertext pairs. Right? By using that one, he will deduce the key which has been used for that encryption and the decryption. Clear? He know the plain text, he know the ciphertext. Right? Which key is used to convert that plain text into the ciphertext, that he will come to know by using such type of attack. That is what called as known plain text. Clear? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
These are the what types of attack. In that, what knowledge exactly the crypt analysts are going to have. Yes, depending upon that, we are classifying the attacks here. Then third one is chosen plain text. That means he is going to select some part of a plain text. Right? He is having a knowledge of the plain text. Right? That is chosen by the crypt analysis. Along with that, he is going to have a knowledge about the encryption algorithm. Then he is going to have a ciphertext. By using these all things, again he will deduce the key which has been used for encryption and the decryption. Clear? In the same manner, chosen ciphertext, the cryptanalysis is going to choose the some part of ciphertext, right? And he is going to have a knowledge about the ciphertext, along with that the encryption algorithm. Depending upon these all things, again he will deduce the key which has been used for encryption and the decryption. Then lastly, chosen text. This is the last type of attack. Here he is going to select the plain text. He is going to select the ciphertext. Along with that, he is going to have a whole ciphertext and the encryption algorithm. These all things will be known to the cryptanalysis. Depending upon that, he will deduce the key which has been used for encryption and the decryption. I hope it is clear, guys. Cryptanalytic attacks. Clear? Getting a thing? What knowledge the cryptanalyst should have? Depending upon that, we are classifying here the types of attack. If I say the type of attack as ciphertext only, in that case, what is the knowledge the cryptanalysis is going to have? He is going to have a knowledge of the encryption algorithm. He is going to have a knowledge about the ciphertext. Right? If I say the known plain text, in this case, what will happen? He is going to have the knowledge about the plain text. He is going to have the knowledge of the ciphertext. He is going to have a knowledge about the encryption algorithm. By using these all things, he is going to deduce the key. Right? Like this, you are classifying the types of attack depending upon which are all things are known to the cryptanalyst. Clear? Clear? This is how they are going to attack the encryption system. Right? Clear? With what knowledge they have, depending upon that, they will execute the different types of attack to get the message. Along with that, they are also going to recover the key which has been used for encryption and the decryption. Right? Or that is shared between sender and the receiver. Clear? Clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Then?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now we'll see some more definitions. These are definitions. Some more definitions are there related with the encryption system itself. That is unconditional security. See, what do you mean by exactly unconditional security? That means no matter how much computer power or time is available, the cipher, right, cannot be broken, since the ciphertext provides the insufficient information to uniquely determine the corresponding plain text. That means you may be having a computer with a huge amount of resources, or it may be having a huge amount of power or the time, right? Huge amount of memory, it may be having all the types of resources maybe your computer is having, but it is not possible, it is not sufficient to convert what the ciphertext into the corresponding plain text, right? That type of security you are calling it as an unconditional security. Clear? Right? You cannot broken the ciphertext into the plain text, even though your computer may be having huge number of computer power and the time. Clear? Yes? Then second one is computational security. That means given a limited computing resources, the cipher cannot be broken. Right? Now for example, see, now what will happen? If your computer is going to have a, if the time needed for calculation is greater than the age of universe. You see, what is the time? If you are thinking about age of the universe, right? that much amount of a time is needed if you want to convert the ciphertext into the plain text. That means that much robust security you are going to give for performing the secure communication. That is what's called as the computational security. You may be having all the computing resources or limited number of a computing resources, but still your communication is secure. Why? Because it is not insufficient to convert to broken the ciphertext into the plain text. So in that condition we are going to use these two definitions, unconditional security and the computational security. Just remember, for your reference I am given these two definitions. I hope it is clear, guys. Yes or no? Are you there
Yes, ma'am.
in the meeting?
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
there in the meeting? Okay. Then next
Yes,
we will
ma'am.
see the second type of attacking over the brute force encryption system. That is what? Brute force attack. Right? Is that PPT is visible? Is that table is visible? Which is there in the slide?
No, ma'am.
Can you see the table? No?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. We cannot see, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Slide is not visible or table is not visible?
Table is not visible.
In slide, what are the things are written that is visible?
Your screen is not getting updated, ma'am.
What?
Yes, ma'am.
On objective to recover key, just, ma'am,
They are
not visible,
encrypting.
ma'am.
But here it is showing I am sharing the screen.
It's still old PPT only. Ma'am.
Now it is visible, ma'am.
Now it is visible.
Now it came, ma'am.
See? Is it visible
Aha,
now?
ma'am. Now it came, ma'am.
Now it came. Then I will not put it onto the slideshow. Maybe some problem is happening. Right? Is it visible now? Brute
Aha, ma'am.
force
Now
or something is written.
ma'am.
Is it visible? I
Yes,
will put
ma'am.
it on the
ma'am.
slideshow. Now check it
Down
out.
table is visible, ma'am.
Now see. It is in the slideshow now. It is visible?
No, ma'am. It's not in slideshow, ma'am. It's a normal screen only, ma'am.
No, I have put it in a slideshow now. Still it is showing in normal screen
No,
itself.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let it be then. Today's class will see the things in the without slideshow. Okay. Is it brute force search is at least it is visible this slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, first type of attack is cryptanalytic attack. In that we have seen some different kinds of attacks depending upon the knowledge known to the cryptanalyst. Right. Now we will see the second type of attack on the encryption system. That is nothing but the brute force attack. Right. As already I told, the brute force attack is nothing but how they are going to attack the encryption system here. They are going to use all the possible keys. Right. They are going to try all the possible keys on the ciphertext to get the plain text. Clear? Right. If they have a plain text, again all the possible keys they are going to use to get the ciphertext. Right. So simply they are going to do the trial and error method by using all the different kinds of all the possible keys, right, to get the plain text. Clear? Clear, guys? So now see here, always possible to simply try every key, and most basic attack proportional to the key size here. Right? See, just go through the table here. Can you see the table, guys? Can you see the table, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now see here, key size they have mentioned it in terms of the bits. If key size is of 32 bit, so how many number of alternative keys you can produce? That it is nothing but 2 raised to 32 keys. This many number of possible keys can be produced by using the 32 bit key size. Right. So the time required for one decryption, if you want to do the decryption on that particular key by using those all keys, how much time you need? 35.8 minutes. Clear? Just to do the one decryption, just one character, if you want to decrypt by using that key size, by using all the possible keys which comes under the 32-bit key size, right? It is going to use the 38.8 minutes. In the same manner, if key size is increasing, you can see the time that is required for decrypting one character, how much time it is taking. It is years together. See here. Can you see? Can you see here? Can you see the table, guys? What it is written?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
That means brute force attack, if key size is smaller, then it is very easy to decrypt the message by checking all the possible. Now for example, if I take the key sizes of only 3, right? 3, 2 raised to 3 means how many possible ways we will get? 8 ways we will get, right? 8 possible different keys we will get. You can try it on the plain text to get the, or you can try it on a plain text or the cipher text to get the what? Cipher text or the plain text. That is possible. You can easily do it. But if the key size is increasing, right, then the number of alternative keys or the possible keys are also going to increase. So this is very difficult to what? Decrypt the message to get the plain text. Is that clear? Is that clear? What that table is indicating exactly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay. Then we will start with the next one. Please go through the next point. Is that clear? First 2 types of attacks, guys. We have started with today's class the types
Yes, ma'am.
of attacks, right, on the encryption system. That is, first one is cryptanalytic attack and second one is the brute force attack. What is the objective of these 2 types of attacks on the encryption system? Their main objective is to recover the key, not just the message, right? Somehow they want to recover the message, right? The plain text they want to obtain. Along with that, they also want to recover the what? Key which has been used for encryption and the decryption. Clear? Then again, there are 2 approaches are there to do so. That is, one is cryptanalytic attack and second one is the brute force attack. Cryptanalytic indicates what? In this, the cryptanalyst, that is the attacker who is going to do the attack on the encryption system, they are going to have some knowledge of the encryption algorithm. They are going to have some general characteristics of the plain text or the plain text cipher text pairs, right? Depending upon that, they want to get the plain text. Along with that, they are going to deduce the key. That means they want to recover the key. That is what called as the cryptanalytic attack. The second one is brute force attack. Means what? They are going to use all the possible keys, right? They are going to use all the possible keys to get the plain text. Clear? Is that clear? Right? And depending upon the knowledge known to the cryptanalysts, right, we are going to have a different types of attacks like cipher text only, known plain text, known cipher text, chosen plain text, chosen cipher text and the chosen text. These are the 5 different types of what? The attacks are there in case of a cryptanalytic attacks. Clear? Is that clear, guys? Please respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay. Then next we will start with, as already told, the cryptographic system is categorized into 3 ways depending upon the three dimensions. First one is the type of operations you are going to use for converting plain text into the ciphertext. Yes or no? There are two types of techniques will be used to convert plain text into the ciphertext. One is substitution and second one is the transposition technique, as I already told. Remembered? Have you remembered? Yes or no? If you want to convert the plain text into the ciphertext, there are some techniques will be used. Which are those techniques? First one is substitution and second one is the transposition. These two techniques are used to convert plain text into the ciphertext. Now we'll see what all the different types of substitution techniques are there in a symmetric encryption system. Clear? Right? The classical substitution ciphers. Are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. See, what is substitution techniques? We will see now, where the letters of the plain text are replaced by the other letters or numbers or symbols. That means how we are converting here in substitution technique, whatever the plain text will be given, each letter within the plain text that can be substituted or replaced with the another letter, yes, with a different letter, or that can be replaced with a number, or that can be replaced with the symbol. This is what you are calling it as a substitution technique to get the ciphertext. Clear? Kiran, is that clear? Are you getting? Are you getting? Hello? Can you hear me? How about others? Substitution technique I am explaining. Are you getting? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
If I,
Yes, ma'am.
is it screen is visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Slide is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. See, what I am telling, the substitution technique indicates what? Where whatever the plain text you are going to convert by using a substitution technique, what you are doing exactly, you are converting plain text into the ciphertext. Right. So, whenever the letters are there in the plain text, if it is replaced with the another character, another letter, or it may be replaced with number or symbols, that is what called as the substitution technique. Name itself indicates substituting with another letter. Clear? Is that clear? Getting the thing? Or if your plain text is containing the bits, bits indicates what? Bits means what? What do you mean by bits? Guys, what do you mean by bits? Can anyone tell me the answer for bits? What do you mean by bits? What is bits? Sumaya, what do you mean by bits? Bits, byte,
Units of measurement, ma'am.
units of measurement of what? Lina? Bits,
Smallest
sequence
units
of bits.
measurement.
Something is written, huh?
Zero.
Yes, Snehal, correct. What is this? Snehal, what it is exactly? Bit means?
0 or 1.
Yes, 0 or 1 is nothing but bits. Because your computer will understand only binary language, right? So everything will be get converted into the binary sequence. What exactly binary numbers are going to include? Either it may be 0 or 1. Only 2 bits they are going to use. 0 or 1. So if your plain text is not containing any letters, but it is containing some sequence of the bits. Sequence of bits are nothing but it is a just combination of zeros and the ones. In that time, again, how you are going to substitute? You are going to substitute it with the ciphertext bit patterns. Clear? If the plain text is viewed as a sequence of bits, then the substitution is going to involve replacing the plain text bit patterns with the ciphertext bit patterns. Right? This is how exactly you are going to convert the plain text into the ciphertext by using the substitution method. Clear? Are you getting? Are you getting, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What do you mean by substitution? Tell me. What do you mean by substitution? What I told? What I have explained about the substitution? Can anyone? What is substitution technique? What is substitution technique? Again, why you are using substitution
Replacing
technique?
the
Riya. Replacing what?
plain text to cipher with a bit of ciphertext, ma'am.
Yes. That means you are substituting. Now, for example, in plain text, the word is hello. For example, hello is the word, right? That you are converting into the ciphertext, right? Hello, which are all the letters are there? H, E, double L, O, right? So H will be get converted, that will be replaced with the another letter. E will be replaced with another letter, right? L will be replaced with the another letter, and O is also replaced with another letter. So you are going to get one ciphertext over there, right? That is what called as the substitution technique. You are replacing one letter, right, letter by letter, which are present in the plain text with the another letters, or you may replace it with the numbers also, or you may replace it with the different kinds of symbols. Some punctuation marks also you can use, right, to get the ciphertext. That is what called as the substitution method. I hope it is clear, guys. Getting the saying substitution?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So here you are going to study some different types of a substitution techniques like Caesar cipher, right? You are going to study here different kinds of substitution ciphers, like for example Caesar cipher, then monoalphabetic cipher, polyphase cipher, right? Then polyalphabetic cipher and Hill cipher. These are the different kinds of the substitution techniques that we are going to study to convert plain text into the ciphertext.